Get the chat out, but there's everybody in the chat. The YouTube chat. Who knows why? Pause that. This one is working. I think it's working. Right. Okay. Where were we yesterday? We were dealing with a bunch of... Well, we were kind of done, I think. Are we kind of done? Because love, this looks a lot better than before. This is now finished. And good. I think. Not sure yet. Maybe not. But we had these here. And what are these? These should probably be inputs, right? We're not doing it right here. We will see. Yeah, this is dumb. Well, is it dumb? No, it's fine. It's just that, oh yeah, I'm not rewriting that. That's dumb. And do I have entity edit somewhere here? I'm not even using that. Well, then it's nonsense. Edit. What's edit? There's no edit. There is no edit. Wait. But I'm using it somewhere else? Hang on. No. Oh, probably because I did this. No. Then it's probably in here. Ooh, yeah. Why would I want that? I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Not at all. So you should just go away, but we have other places where we have that error. So that should be fine. But these are a problem. I can tell you one thing. That nicotine is hitting, Jesus Christ. Amazing. Wait, why would multiple be true here? Oh, this is why. This is working. Don't you love it when a plan works out? When it just works out. We need to do something about this. We need to go to the templating, I think. And this one. And then we need to be in the attributes. Let's see. When we have a component, we have no, this one, key, this one is wrong. We need to do the thing. Which one was that? Was it in utils? No. Dash to case. And how am I using that? I always forget. No. I need to use LC first. Probably right. Yeah. Uppercase words. Yeah. Okay. So we do. The key is what? The key would be LC first. Dash the camel case key. Because that's what we want. Then we have that in the components go. That should work. It should just work. Oh, we're already here. This was written. Nice. This is dumb though. Holy, I guess it's fine. It'll work out. Well, we could do the following to clean that mess up. Go to template. Could go to where's the exact thing? Oh, that's in it's not here. That's in concatenating the fragments, which should be in here. Fragment list. No. Yeah, concat fragments. And we have an exec here. And if, and it's a big if the value, or if look at my exec. Did you see my exec? My exec is amazing. No wait, this is without that, the value, because we need to rewrite this. If this is not the value, then we don't want this. Let's try that again. This exec is the scope. And it didn't work, I think. Oh no, it did work. I'm just now not passing this back. What? Oh, I know why. I need to do this slightly differently. So this is the scope for the fragments, and I am turning the attributes into these things here. It's just that sometimes I want to have this back. So this was nonsense, I think, because in this exec here, how do we skip over that? Oh, we do we kind of do this. It's just that if we have the same thing, we just do exec is null, and then if the value is null, we continue. You refine and refine and refine. You prompt and you prompt and you prompt. And you prompt. So now this should be different. And look at this. We return things. Cool. We fixed it. And we have proper names now. Yeah. I must say though that in ever since GPT-5, refining things started to work. Kind of. So that's pretty good. Can I have associate? So you can see how I'm putting the scope together here. I'm returning a bunch of things. And then I have other things that use this. And this is nonsense, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll clean these up later, I don't know. Who knows? Cool. What do we do now? So next up we need to... Yeah, well... See, you're old school. You want to understand things. We don't have time for that these days. We just let the AI do everything. That's just what we do. This is nonsense now, though. We do not have scope anymore. Because now we have scope IDs, and all this is now moot. But we have a fragment ID, and we should have... Wait, do we not have prerequisites for this? Yeah. We can just take this. We can say we want prerequisites. Yeah, that's... I'm kind of like that as well. I mean, there are things that I just use LLMs for because I know that they're just so much faster, and the result is about the same. It's like having... For the things that you know that you can use it for, it's a pretty good advanced developer. And it's like a co-worker that actually knows how to do their job. And if there was a co-worker who didn't know how to do their job, then you know that you have to just redo it. But, yeah. So we will now take the fragments, get cache, prereq 0. So now we have fragments. So now we're getting this thing here. I'm so looking forward to when I'm done with the current, like the fragment thing, because then I can go in and remove more code. And we're kind of like getting there actually. So lib laser is at about 4,000 lines of code, and then lib just the hypermake stuff is 3,000 lines. So we are around 7,500 lines, and I think I can remove like another 1,000 lines, just dead code that I don't need anymore. Okay, so now we have a fragment ID. Yeah, but this took me a long time to get to that place as a developer, but there is a difference. I always compare to crafting. So when you're starting out and you're like a junior developer, what you usually do when you try to like make something from paper, you just use a lot of glue and just glue new things on it, and in the end the shape, I don't know, maybe you want like a paper crane, and then you can just glue it together until it looks like a crane. And if you're like a more advanced developer, it's more like what's the Japanese thing? I'm blanking on the name. It's like origami. It's a little more like origami, where you know that you can make the right folds, and in the end you just use a single sheet of paper. And that's the big difference. Yeah, but there is even if you are gluing things together, once you see the end result, it's like, yeah, I could have done that with a single sheet, I think. And then you just need to find the right folds and techniques to do the same thing with a single sheet of paper. Yeah, but I like the fact that there is, for me at least, a mental image of what I'm trying to do. And the better you're getting at doing the thing, you at least know the shape of how you're dealing with things is more origami-like than using a lot of glue and a lot of paper. So we now have fragment. Fragment is fragments, and then you have an int for the fragment ID. Do we have a fragment though? And then next thing we can pull the scope in, we can execute the scope. The fragment is a closure. Nice. It's 408. 408 is boring. Okay, so this has a scope. What is your scope? 1, 2, 3. It's nothing. That doesn't seem right. If it's empty, it should just be empty. And this is also empty. So I'm probably missing something. Maybe. Let's find out why we're having empty scopes, because I don't like that at all. Oh, and hang on, the fragment was just printing that out, right? 293. Wait a minute, that's not right. Good morning. We are fragmenting all the things. Did you see that I made a video? A new one? Hang on. You are now in a video. Look at it, you made a thumbnail for that. It's amazing. I'll be big on YouTube because I have like 2 views. Here, look. I made a whole thumbnail and everything. And even put my head in there. But you feature prominently in the video, obviously. See? Like, your chat is even bigger than my head. And, just the size of my head, is, it's considerable. But, your chat is bigger. No, I'm just big forehead. I don't have a huge brain. I just have this this incredible plate of. I mean, it's helpful when you bash your head against a wall a lot. And behind that is just like, I mean, I have a lot of hair, but it's to make up for the fact that the actual skull is pretty small. You started meditating? Wait. Is your doctor complaining about your blood pressure? What were you angry at? I should actually go to the doctor for a few things. I have this skin thing that my wife tells me to go to a doctor for years now. That's like, whoa. Yeah. So wait, is it like the old thing that they're telling you that what's the English word for that? Are they trying to put you on statins for cholesterol and stuff? The old tune, where every year they're lowering the threshold for cholesterol and stuff. Yeah. You know what you need to do? You need to eat more eggs. You need to eat a lot more eggs and meat. I'm trying to get back on like keto. Yesterday I went to buy 50 eggs because I want to eat more eggs. This is what I'm telling you about eggs. Like, if you need eggs, just tell me. I have 50 now. Although we ate like 10 last night. My oldest daughter had friends over, so I boiled 6 eggs, and I made like 6 more eggs in the pan. I know. They're trying to get you off the good stuff. Eggs are amazing. It's just eggs and salt, you know? They're so good. And I ate like 4 of them. Yes, no, I ate 5 actually. Last night I ate 5 eggs straight up. I wanted to eat 4, but then my youngest daughter only ate she wanted to have 2, and she barely ate more than 1, so I had to eat the rest. Eggs and tomatoes. Huh. What's shakshuka? Literally never heard that in my life. Oh, that looks nice. Ooh, garlic. And I know what I'm going to eat today because I'm taking the kids out. The other adults are going to a theater thing, and I'm going to take 5 kids to the amusement park. And after that, we're going to go to a Chinese buffet. So I'm going to eat a lot of ducks today. Ducks are amazing too. And maybe they also have eggs there. Yes, obviously gutter oil. Well, it's German health standards, so they're probably light on the gutter oil. It tastes good. Yeah, and duck especially. Like just the fattiest cuts. Yeah, you won't have that in Germany. It's one of the few things that we are getting kind of correct. Just keeping everything to our health standards. But we'll see. Maybe we'll spend the night on the toilet. Which is also a kind of adventure, I guess. Yes. We are in a state of decline. I'm trying to make a light note of it, but I'm quite concerned. I'm concerned about the kind of country that my children will grow up in. It's bad. No, and thank Christ for that. But now we've got the Ersatzschulz. So we took the same guy and there is a factory that produces Schulzes, and they have the classic Scholz, which is a socialist, and we got the mock conservative Scholz. What song would ban? No, they don't ban songs in Germany. You just can't play it anymore. Because if you play it, people will call you a Nazi. So it's not technically banned, you know? It's just 99.5% the same as being banned. So technically it's not banned. You know, the funniest thing is we had a birthday party on the weekend, and I sadly managed to get into a political discussion, and with my dad. And the funniest thing about Germans when they're like political NPCs who just buy all the things that they see on the TV is that they have the most amazing facts about America, especially. It's insane. So at some point in the discussion, he straight up told me, well, that all the high crime areas are Republican in America. And I was pretty sure that he was wrong. And I told him that, and he wouldn't have it. And he even Googled it, and it's like, oh, look at this, the first hit already is a city in a Republican state. And I was like, and then sadly the conversation was cut off. But I mean, he is correct. But I even looked that up, hang on. So he's no, wait, he wasn't even. No, he was correct on that. I asked Grok about this. So he's correct that the state is Republican, but the city isn't. And then you have Grok make you a table, and it's like literally like the first, I don't know, the first 20, the top 20, it's literally all Democrat cities, except for 2. And in New York, I think, you have a mayor who is like an anti-Trumpist. And I think in Oklahoma City is an anti-Trumpist. And in Dallas, you have a Republican who used to be a Democrat. So basically all the way until 47, you get the first, I think, actual 47, the kind of first actual Republican mayor. And I sent him this list afterwards, and his reply was, yeah, well, Trump is still wrong about this and this and this. And I was like, yeah, well, but still, you had a fact. And early in the discussion, you told me about how important it is to get the facts straight, and how weird it was that all these rightists, all the Nazis, all they're doing is they're getting the facts wrong, and they're building this entirely wrong worldview based on bad facts. And I just asked him whether it was at all concerning to him that he has this worldview and he's not getting his facts straight. So maybe. Why is he? Because Trump is literally Hitler. Didn't you hear? Literally Hitler. And it's the two people that people care about in Germany is Trump and Putin. Because it's like it's not the trinity, but the duality of the devil is Trump and Putin. Now we do not do that anymore because somebody blew up a pipeline. And who knows who that was? No, it's just... You see, you get all the facts wrong. Because fossil fuels are evil. And this is why we deleted all our nuclear power plants. And now we just use coal and gas. Oh. No, nuclear is evil. Some Japanese guy messed up a nuclear power plant and now nobody in Germany can have nuclear energy. Because Merkel got scared. The Japanese scared all our hoes. And now we can't have nice things anymore. Like, imagine the quote-unquote most right-wing party that is still in the democratic spectrum. So everything more right than that is just Nazis in Germany. So literally the most allowed right-wing party was the one who deleted all of our nuclear power plants. Because a lady called Merkel got scared by the Japanese stuff. Well, the German people got scared. But maybe they got a little scared because all the media is controlled by leftists. So they're scaring themselves, kind of. Kind of. It's bad. That's what it is. It's just bad. We want to figure out when we get to the fragment number 293, because there's something messed up about the scope, because we have scope here, which has some kind of input, but we don't. So how do we do that? Should we be able to we should be able to just get the right scope ID here. Yeah. So 1293. We need to know what the scope is. The scope is just an input. Well, that's bad. So, on this, the scope ID was 123, so at least there should be like a description input here. So just to check, when we go down here, do we have a scope? The scope hash is this. And then what do we do? What do we do? We should probably also put out the list of IDs for incremental builds later. So what the scope is this. Right, and if it's null, the fragment path should be this. So why are we not using that? Oh, we are mixing the scope later. Yeah. So that means that means that when we're actually taking this, so when we build a component fragment and we are somewhere here and the fragment ID is 239. No, wait, what was it? What was that? 293, okay. So if the fragment ID is 293, we're not getting there. So that must be somewhere else then. Oh no, wait, this is not the right ID. I should be looking at f_1. This should work. Yeah, because now we should have a description in the scope. Somewhere down here. We don't. Oh, in the component scope, right? Look. So we are not mixing this in. So I'm not doing this correctly here. Let's see. A fragment scope. And the fragment scope has this. And now we should be redoing this. So let's check on that. Let's go here. We now have a different context scope. We have a description and what? Oh wait, this is just a printout, right? Where's the scope? Scope is here. Do we have scope now? Yeah, this. Why don't we have title? Oh, title is not part of this. Okay, so that's fine. And we are still just printing out the thing. So then we should eventually have this here. Yeah, because description is description. We're just passing on the variable. And that's bad. But wait, shouldn't this be like description? And then this? Probably. So why are we not getting that? Because we should figure out that we don't have this variable. Oh, I get it. Because in the used scope, you have description. Right. So we need to figure out whether this actually gives us description or not. So the used scope is correct, but we don't have it in here. Kind of. So the scope itself maybe up here. I think we need to deal with this here. So let's do if a string starts with contains. If this contains this, we have a more complicated case. Otherwise, it's just print this in here. So we need to figure out whether this is actually a thing or whether it's null. Because if it's null, we can't use it. So now we need to do a piece is split expression, right? And then we want to, for each of these expressions, we need to find out whether it's the same thing. No, wait, it wouldn't be used scope. So this is wrong. If this here contains that, then we want to split it. And then what? Let's go to this actual thing. Let's do if, so just copying this in for now, and then we want var to be description. Try again. Now we just die. Wait, why are we dying? No. Jeez. Oh, it's not as. It's null. If is string and this. Let's also clean the logs actually. There's too much stuff in there. Old stuff. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Now we have IPs, and this has vars, and we see we have the same var in here. So that tells us we are doing it wrong. So we are going to collect all vars. Kind of. Merging in all the vars. And then we find out, look, there's description in there. So we can't have that. We can't have nice things here. Because if we now say, oh, it's more like required vars. Bloop, bloop, bloop. If var, no, if in array var, then we need to do, no, because we don't have it. And then we should get back this thing where we just were here. This one. We should be getting back a fragment path. A fragment, yeah, see? Now it still wants a description. Right. I think that's correct. So do we now have scope here? It's now 119. It's still empty though. Is this still the same thing? 293. Why do we not have a description here? We're still missing something. I mean, eventually we want to do something like scope if we have scope, we do scope ID as an int. Alright. Only if this is true. If scope ID, otherwise the scope would just be this. So then we could get back the scope. But if we had vars, we would need to do string parse. No, it was parse string. Right. If we have that, we need to inject that in there. So this is a call, and here we'll have the call with the values, I think. Or will it be the same? I think it'd be fine if we just take the thing itself. Do we have scope here now? It should be an empty array actually. Or maybe just die. Maybe just die somewhere here. Yeah. We have scope ID. And then we shut down. Oh, probably because I don't have the name right, huh? No. Hang on, what? What is the scope ID? 119. We take an int. Oh, right. It's not this, it's the exec. It was the exec. Although we don't even need to do that actually, I think. This is the code we later need when we are actually executing the fragment. Right now we only want to have the prerequisites here. Now we just want that. Oh, no, that's fine. That's correct. Yeah. Also, I'm annoyed that the indent is wrong here. So let's fix that as well. Prereqs. We need one more T. And then this is still fine. We just needed another T. But I've already had enough T. Okay, so now we're getting that right. It's just that we don't need it. We're going to need this down here. See, this is already wrong. First, because this should be an int. And then we need to do all the stuff that we do up here. Kind of. Scope. Scope ID. And we have vars now. And we are using the vars. And otherwise, This is correct. This is correct. I could rewrite that, but I don't want to. And so, what do we need up here? I think we might need scope for this sometimes. Like, shouldn't there be a place where we sometimes have a variable in the prereqs? Kind of. Well, good morning. Why am I getting messages late now? Good morning, Ro. How are you today? You see, this is the thing we don't want. We kind of want a scope, a prereq function there, I think. Yeah. That's probably what we want. And we could just have the same thing that we have in the exec. We print all these things. That would be cool. So then we again need the scope. Do we? Yeah, do need that. If we have scope like that. So how do we deal with... Let's go to this again and just do the thing that we need. Imagine that. We have a prereq exec. And when we do the prereqs, and I'm going to do something like this up here. Yeah, but we're not creating scope there, so it should still be kind of an array. And we might have this. Wait, we kind of do this already. Hang on. We're doing the vars. This is kind of fine already. What are we putting in there? Don't need... Ugh. Why are we dying now? Object of type closure as array. What? Oh, this is also wrong, by the way. Maybe we'll just die from that alone. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, because this is now just empty. So we need to do something like this. But for now, we are just going to do what? It should be like this. And for now, it'll just be return something. Maybe that's why we're dying. We're still dying though. Oh, it's... This is why we're dying. pretty sure. Yeah. It's still dying there. Why though? Okay, scopes. Scope ID is this. And this should have an exec. "119". Exec. This should be fine. And that's a closure. Okay, try again. And then we're going to inspect this. What are you? You should be an array. Oh god, it's not fragment. It's fragments. Jesus. That's why. I still don't know why we're not getting any more than these here though. Oh, this is why. Is it? Oh, that should be fine. Huh. We should be getting there. I mean, we're getting a scope now, but then we're dying. Yeah, this is nonsense. We have proper scope now. And then we should have a prereq exec that we can put the scope into. You know what we can actually do? We can just, if this is empty, we don't need to run it at all. Right? Yeah. So let's do S is this. And then if prereq is empty, we just return nothing. No, wait. We have nothing in the list. Kind of. Because you kind of don't need all this, I think. Yeah. We're going to have a list, and if this is not empty, we're going to do this here. Right. And then eventually, when we do have a prereq exec here, we can just say the list is take the scope and execute the thing. Yeah. Do we even need this scope there? No, we don't. We actually don't. Yeah, because we don't need the scope there. This is actually what's happening here. If this is not empty, we're going to have a pre-reg exec, and the pre-reg exec wants this input, and then that's the list. Yeah, and we probably don't need this, I think. Then we need the scope, and we can actually call this scope. And then that's fine. I don't think we need that. Yeah, if we should be able to duplicate it here, basically. And we don't even need the fragment. Yeah, we don't even need the fragment. That's nonsense. Right. So now we need... wait, we were stopping at this one place, but we are never stopping again. Which is odd. Because we had... somewhere... entries like this. So why are we not getting there? Is it because we're doing this here? But we are still getting this. Oh, this is why. This up here. We need to be here. And we kind of need to do the same thing that we're doing here. Right. So... putting stuff into here as well, yeah. So you kind of want the same thing as above here. We just want the function that outputs this string. So in here, do we set the labels? This is fine, this is fine. Right. So let's run this here. As this, so on p target. If we have a match, I'm going to go here, clean this one up. Right. And now we have this. And now I want to have this value. Now I want to replace this. We want to replace it with what? We are returning an array with strings that have variables in them. Okay, so the actual entry here, this one is wrong. Kind of. Because we already have this in here now, but with a placeholder. Okay. So for the prereqs, it's fine. We want to have an entry here for whatever we are putting into prereq exec. And here we need something like this here. Also, it's more like this, I guess. But only if we have prereqs. Otherwise, it will be this. So some if case we want to actually do this. But we have a different array for that now. Pre execs, and we want to take these and put them in here. And we only want to do that if this is not empty. And then we still need this here. Oop. Right. And so in here we are going to take the exec. Wait, we're replacing a few of these. So the pre exec entry you are going to be this, I guess, yeah. You are going to be this, and then we want to replace this in there. But I think we've already put these in the scope vars. No, we unique them. Okay, so that's fine. Because we still might want that if we don't have it anywhere else. Yeah. Let's see whether this works. Let's go here. Should getting the no, this is fine. Okay, so we have a value. Wait, this is down here now. Oh, this is no. What is the value? Oh, this is, wait, this is the wrong code. I should be down here, I should be up. This is the thing we care about. Oh yeah, we didn't put it in there. And you need to put it in there, you know? If you want to get anything done, you need to put it in there. Where was I? It's not this one, it's this one, right? Yeah, I want to be down here. Because then we have this, and then we put this into the array. So this is not correct. We want to take this one. Then we have this, and then we put it in here, which is what she said. And now we die. We never got there. Well, that's bad. Oh, I'm still doing this here. it's already rendering. That's not correct. That is incorrect. Ugh, this is ugly as well. Let's do, I don't know, content maybe. Why am I checking whether it's an instant of closure? That does not make sense. It's also 6 o'clock, so we're going to be stopping soon. Because people are going to be waking up here. Let's do content. Still not getting to the right thing though. It's kind of annoying. It's doing the fragments, but we don't want that. We want to be here. We want to be here with the cool kids. We're never getting this. Because we're never getting this. Oh, it's... Ah, I know what it is. We still weren't up here. I think. Yeah, we need to... Wait, it's in peak target. And putting the thing in there. Just doing that for value and putting the value in here. Okay. So that means that we have the exec here. And the values, no, it will be a get cache here, right? Yeah, we don't want that. So let's do if p target is this. Yeah. This should give us what we want. P target, you are this, and we have the exec file PHP. This is from the last run. And when we then have the value afterwards, right? What is the value? Yeah, this is get cache. Okay, so this is wrong. We now need to replace stuff in here. We kind of need to do the same thing that we did down here, where we have this. You are now p target, and then we need to do this here. And then we want to add this in here, right? Kind of. I think we can do it here. I think this will work. Almost. Almost. But this should just be a string. Hang on, what are we getting here? What is prereq exec? This seems fine. Why don't we have that? We do have that. Look. It's a whole thing. It's correct now. Neat. It's just that we don't have... this is also very badly indented, so let's fix that for a second. You should be indented, and that's almost fine. Exec. We again need more T's. I think this will work. Right. Cool. Now we have this. I'm getting back an array. And that also means that this must have been not empty at some point. But let's check. And have more T. We never got there? Wow. Okay. Guess we didn't hit any of those fragments yet. And 119 is empty probably, right? So we did it, but there was nothing in there, right? It's still wrong that these are not the same. I'm still missing some kind of scope here. Let's do 9.3. I mean, we looked before, but let's look again. 293 is print out the description. So there should be an input here, and we're not getting that. And that should just be an input in the vars. Why? Why do we want to make this? This is also slightly annoying because I think 280 is literally just a printout. Let's see. 280, yeah. It's just a string. Oh wait, that means... Right, no, this was correct. It was actually correct. It was not content. I was wrong. Still kind of slow though. This is annoying. Like 5 milliseconds to call this is bad. We're going to have to optimize that at some point. Let's look through a few of these. Although, no. How do we find this? How do we find the thing? I know we need to check on our fortune. Haven't done that in a while. Two's here. Jack is almost here. Almost. So this seems simple, just get the 2, but I think it's wrong. That's bait. That is probably bait. So this is an obvious move we can do. I think we're going to get these 2 out, because you could get the 8 in there if we had the 4. And we could eventually land all this on this 6. But for that we need the 7 or the 9. So put all this on the 9. 7 goes here. 4, 5, 3. But where do we put this? It would give us 4. Can't do much with that, huh? Although we kind of can get through this here. Oh no, we need to do this the other way around actually, because we can do this, get the 13 here, and then we get the 7. So we can do this, put this over here, then we get this 7, kind of. We put the 8 in here. Where's the 2? The 2 is here. So we 1 to get into this stack here. Or we could get the 3 out. Then we can move this on here. Maybe. These are mutual here. And I think it'll work out. So we do this in the hole, put this over here, 3 pops, we get this and this and this. Right. Let me put this on here. Could move these together. But first I think we need the queen here. We should be doing this though, because then we get a free slot. I still can't place this here. We could put both down. Yeah, we put both down. And then we put this here, and this here. And we get this, and the 20. So then we could get the 19 next. We almost have the 80 and stuff. Yeah. I think this is the right move, even though we are now in a pickle. Even though it puts us in a pickle, because we can now do this. And then we have slightly less of a pickle, because we can do this. Yeah, so we want this stack next. Let's get all this 6 here, 4 on here, get the rest out, and we've won the game. Let's see what we're getting. Are we getting... no, we're not getting strength. Getting the hermit. Ugh. Oh well. Oh well. So why are we not getting this? This is annoying. I mean, it must be somewhere in here. It must be somewhere in here. Let's try and do if f split 1 equals 293. What is the fragment? Description is description. And do we have description? No. It's more like a deep inheritance, I guess. See, it's fine. Look. This is what we want. What's the fragment scope? This has stuff in there, but we are not putting it in there. Why? Is it because of the query? Because this seems fine. Wait. I think we are literally not putting it in there. Yeah. So if this is not null and it yeah, we have content now, so this is fine. Just that we don't want what in there. We don't want expressions in there. Let's do var is this. Usually I'm putting this down here, and if it's not null, we want to check whether there's something in there. So if the string contains this, then we do want to continue. Otherwise, we want the var to be the value, but we need to encode it, I think. Now we're suddenly getting here. What is the query? Width equals 12. Now this is fine. Right, yeah, this is fine. Now it's unresolvable. No. Oh, come on, make a breakpoint. Step debugger, what are you doing? Okay, so now we should at some point be getting fragments that actually have content. Description, description, description. Look at that. We have content now. And now we're getting here. Yeah, this is fine now. Because we have scope now. And the V was this. So we should now be able to execute this. Look. Ugh. The description is an array. No. Oh, we are not like returning it, I think. What's 1, 2, 1? This is the one thing we are still missing. Yeah, this should just give us back the thing in the scope. So this should be description, and then here also description, and I guess something like this. I think. So that is either when we are putting this together or when we are placing the content into the fragments array. Let's check that one first, even though I don't think that it's what we're looking for. That would be concat fragments, and then in the scope number 121. Scope. Why do I call that name? Oh, this is fine. Should be ID. Right, scope ID. If scope ID equals this, what am I getting? Oh yeah, load file system changes. That's fine. I'm gonna stop the service, by the way. Scope. What's scope? Scope. Right. Okay, so this is literally just. Wait, then we don't even need that. Right? This should return what we want. So maybe we can solve this earlier. I don't know. And I think I'm going to do this tomorrow. So it's one last round of solitaire. And that is family time. Which is like adventure time, but different. Although we're going to have ourselves an adventure today. We again have a mutual thing going on here. So I think we want this one first. I can put this here. The 4 is buried though, but not that buried. We need that to connect all the other things. Or we could get the 5 out. But that's dicey. Slightly dicey. Maybe we actually want the 6 first. And don't have the blue 10. That's buried. So that will be an issue. Maybe we've already screwed ourselves. Not quite though. I think we're still good. We could put this stack on the 9, 7 on the 8, 3 on the 2, 6 on the 5, 9 up, jack on the queen. How about the 2 won't go? I think it'll still work out. Let's YOLO this. So this was correct. We can put this here. 3 here, this one here. 9 in the hole. Jack on the queen. This one here. This one here. This one here. See? It's an easy game. Then we can do 2, 3, get the 0, flip the jack queen on here, I think, and then we can do this move and get the slot back. Still not digging this queen though. We could put this down. We need to put this down. Could we get it back? We get our slot back. If you put the 6 down, we can kind of wiggle this stuff around. Yeah, I think so. I think that is what we want. This one here, these will go, obviously. I did see that. We can trade these, maybe. But I think we first want to trade all these on here. Because then we get the 6 and the 3. And then we can get the 4, 2, 3, roll. Get this. Get the 5 here. Ooh, we're going to get the world if we want to. We can get the world. But what if the world is not enough? Put this here, 18, 20, flip this, get this. We are getting the world. Yep. The circle is complete. We've journeyed far and seen many things. The circle is complete. So we are going to figure this one out tomorrow, I think. It should just put this stuff in the scope. What happens here when we do this? So we have stuff in the scope. We just have vars here. So are we never getting into that thing? Like this scope should literally just be an array. Yeah. So we do have vars here, because we just put this in here. We don't have vars. Oh, it's null. Yeah, so we're missing a case here. It's not a var. It's a value. Just not that kind of value. Not that kind of value. So missing an else case. And the else case is just print this out. So this would be just name. And name is value. Although it might still be the value is numeric, we just want to print it out. I think. We are going to fix it. You're 12. And I messed these up. Yeah. So we have an exec. We wouldn't have a... we don't have a prerequisite, so that part is fine. We don't have inputs, which is also fine. So that means we should be getting this here. Don't have this. Don't have input. We don't have prereqs. I think this should be fine. What do the fragments look like now? 1, 2, 1. See? This is good. We wouldn't even have needed this. And that was in templating, right? Yeah, in register fragment. In register fragment, we did this thing down here. So let's do the old case. Let's just continue. Right, and 119 is now this. And this is fine. No, wait, this, Ah, okay, right. We now have scope. Nice. So now we should be able to get in here. We have a description. Look. Almost. Ah, we need to splat it. And splat it well. Nice. There's still issues in there, I think. Every time we have this column thing, I think that's... that would be fine. Yeah, we have column. Class equals column, that's wrong. Ah, come on. Come on. One more fix, one more fix. I mean, maybe column is fine. Takes a while to... yeah, this one. Okay, so if we fragment 184, that should just be calling the make column thing. This here. So whenever we get here, isn't it nice to just be able to make a breakpoint there? Right. This is scope. And this is wrong. So the number 67 scope, this here. Since we want scope here, this should be an array that has this in there. Then we lose the name. That's wrong. Do we have... no, we don't have information on that. I mean, we kind of do in the content of the fragment, right? So in 184, where we just were, we know that this is scope, but I think this is a great place to stop and continue tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. Is anybody else streaming? Oh, let's read John. Let's do... oh look, didn't even show this to me. Let's first do a report for spam. Every day. Block and ban. It's the same guy, right? No, no one ban. So I will be back tomorrow with more of this. See you there. Take care. Bye bye. Right now.